Okay, I think it's starting now.
We're live?
Yeah. I don't have an introduction.
This is highly unprofessional.
Well, we're in a small queer room. It's
quiet though. I don't know if you're gonna get a lot of echo though. Yeah, so I'm Kevin. I'm here doing the podcast with William.
the original co-creator of the podcast.
Yeah, I remember.
Until all hell broke loose, and then no one did anything for 5 years.
And nobody wanted to hang out with me anymore or anything. But yeah, introduction. Yeah. That's the intro, I guess?
I just said catching up.
Okay, alright, so yeah, how have you been?
Yeah.
It's good to finally be on here. It's good to
finally start it.
It's good to be on your YouTube channel again. When was the last thing I did? The fucking the Pepsi video? You could edit a clip from that into this part, but yeah, that didn't end very well.
As much as we joke about it, I genuinely fucking love that video, and every time we pass by that area, I always point and it's just like, that's where Kevin threw the Pepsi.
I was legitimately pissed though, cause like Simone was like hyping it up like it was like the holy fucking grail, like he was like, oh, Crystal Pepsi's so fucking good. And I was like, since that day, that's when I realized Simone had such shitty taste, bro. I was like,
I still
oh
like
my
Crystal
god.
Pepsi.
Huh?
I still like Crystal Pepsi.
I think it's horrible. It's just Sprite.
It's Pepsi!
Oh, it's Sprite. Okay. So, alright, so that's our intro, I guess. Let's start off with the best news around lately, I guess. Let me just lean in to the microphone. Spider-Man.
It's okay, I do jokes like that all the time.
So, yeah, the impossible was made possible again, I guess?
I guess.
Yeah, Spider-Man's back in the Marvel movies after being gone for 2 months, a record time. I'm really happy about this because Far From Home is my favorite Spider-Man movie ever.
Really?
Which is saying a lot because that
Spider-Man.
first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie.
The first two.
Yeah, that's my Bible, man. Like I quote that every fucking time. Like just in casual conversation.
Finish it!
Yeah, I'll be working drive-thru at work and I'll just be quoting Green Goblin. You've taken your eye off the board, customer. Yeah, and shit like that. It's good stuff. But yeah, Far From Home is really good. The Mysterio scene alone, I feel, is Oscar-worthy. With the hallucinations and stuff.
Yeah, when the movie first started, like, you know, when they were like showing like all the promotions and stuff, I was just like, it's kind of weird that they're making Mysterio out like a hero. It's just like, no way they're gonna keep that.
It was so worth
and then we get to the part where it's like all the hallucinations and illusion stuff, and I was just like, this is what I wanted.
And the little details too, like when Spider-Man's trying to buy that necklace for MJ, if you look in the background, Mysterio's right behind him, like pretending he's on a call.
Really?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
And like his little crisis actors and stuff, they're like everywhere, like throughout the movie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's really
okay.
nice.
I gotta watch that again.
Another cute little detail is that whenever he's in an illusion, he doesn't have that weird mocap helmet. Like when he pretends that Nick Fury shot him, it's not on him.
Yeah.
But when it is on him, that's when you could tell it's real. But at the very end, when he dies, that thing disappears. That helmet suddenly is gone. So it leads some people to believe like, oh, he's still out there somewhere. He had to have filmed that J. Jonah Jameson thing somehow. Which, by the way, was so good.
That was the best fucking cameo.
I got up from my chair in the theater and I...
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home was so good. I haven't come that hard in a theater since Kong Skull Island came out back in 2017. I was so fucking happy.
Did you ever watch the new Godzilla?
Oh, that's on our list, but yeah, I did. I did watch that.
I fucking loved it.
I loved it for the most part, but I feel like the ending was sort of rushed. Like have you ever read Huckleberry Finn?
So.
Yeah, it felt like that, where like the book suddenly ends. Like the movie suddenly ends. He's like, all right, yeah, he beats Ghidorah or whatever.
Have you ever seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it ends like that
too.
Yeah,
it's just suddenly
just ends.
A lot of Monty Python's movies end like that, like Life of Brian.
No, Life of Brian.
It just kind of ends on the crucifix and a musical number.
I mean, yeah, but it ends on a low note, but it ends on like Holy Grail.
Yeah, this is pretty good news, I think. Though I think the only bad part is that now Spider-Man has to be shared between cinematic universes, apparently. Like, he's gonna be showing up with, like, Tom Hardy and Venom, and Venom's gonna kind of call him a cunt or something. But yeah.
In the end, I don't mind the idea that they're restricting Disney. I don't think Disney should have complete control.
I guess
And
you're right.
the number one reason I want Sony to still have like majority control over the property is because I want a Carnage movie to be rated R.
I mean, look at Sony, man. Like I think they've destroyed
It's-
every single property that they have. Like Men in Black, they ruined that. Ghostbusters, they're trying to fix that again.
Tempting.
Yeah, Jumanji, I hated the Rock
Getting a
Jumanji.
sequel.
But that's getting a 2, which somehow looks better than the first one.
Just because of Danny DeVito?
No, just because it's different than like the jungle shit. Now they're in like the snow or something. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's fine. Have the Rock fight Yetis. I don't care.
I wish.
But yeah.
Isn't that just Rampage?
But I was really mad when they took him away because that story was going somewhere. You know. But now it can finally continue where it started, I guess. So yeah, good news all around. What do you think? Do you think this whole Sony thing and them buying Insomniac? What do you think that does for that second Spider-Man game they're probably working on?
I don't know.
Because now they completely own Insomniac. That's a first-party studio.
It's like the same case of Microsoft and all the companies they own. They own a shit ton, but
Which
like,
they
do nothing with them.
They for some reason didn't
They
buy.
either run them to the ground or
like
just
Rare.
Exactly. Or
They
do
for some
nothing.
reason didn't buy the Cuphead studios. I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
That one really shocked me. All right, so let's move on to the next topic.
Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights.
It's
baby.
mostly your thoughts. I only saw a few
It's
videos.
mostly me, yeah. So I attended Halloween Horror Nights on September 21st, 2019. It was for my birthday, and I went with my girlfriend at the time. And yeah, I had a fucking blast. It was really good. I'm gonna go through my maze rankings. That's right. Let me see if I can find it here. Hold up.
I know you put Us as
Did I send it to
one.
you?
You did. Us was number one. Killer Clowns was second.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
Let me try. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. All right. So this is Kevin's official maze rankings for 2019. Now I am going again on Saturday, but that's probably
Lucky.
my list is probably gonna stay
Go.
the same. So number one was Us. This one was overall unsettling. We were first in the group they sent, and we were just so unsettled, so disturbed by this maze that we walked so fast through it that we caught up with the group in front of us and to the back of their group. So yeah, so that one was really good. A lot of scares got me. That's probably number one. The scare actors, I felt so bad for them because they had to do the same sort of tethered movement. Like, you know how they move you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
You know how they sort of move weird and funny and stuff?
Yeah.
They got to do that constantly, and they're always on their A game, and that was really good. Number two, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, very colorful.
That I expected
Yeah.
to be number one because it looks fucking amazing.
It looks fucking amazing, and
They nail those costumes.
yes,
on
the
sets.
characteristics, the clowns are just fun to see and stuff. You know, they had a little interaction with my girlfriend and stuff, and I was dying. But yeah,
There's a reason practical looks better than CG.
it was very good. The bathroom scene scared the shit out of me. They do that in the maze.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. I didn't get wet though. A lot of people were screaming and complaining that they got soaked,
wet?
but I didn't get wet somehow. Number three, this one surprised me. I did not expect this one to be so high up my list because I don't have an affinity for the film. Creepshow. Very good, very scary. Somebody behind me, the person behind me came out crawling out of the maze, screaming and shouting and stuff. I was dying. But yeah, very, very, very intense maze somehow. I didn't really expect that. Because what I saw of the movie was just the Father's Day scene where he comes out and he asks for a cake, like a zombie, weird guy. But yeah. Number four, Pandora's Box. That one's an original maze. A very innovative
Which
concept.
I'm glad, because mostly Orlando had
Yes.
the original mazes.
Yes, it's good to see them do original
Yeah.
mazes again because my first year going last year there was like 0 original mazes.
Yeah.
But
And they used to have like characters and everything.
El
like,
Kukui, the Danny Trejo maze. This just inserted image of that. That one was very cool. And they went all out for that one. They literally made a little luchador movie to play in a theater segment. And like, yeah, they had like the creator of Horror Nights there, and like he was like the guy in the mask and everything and stuff. It's fun stuff. But yeah, that one's very cool. Pandora's Box. They do like a weird creep show. A pre-show that I missed, where like they actually open the box and like you like step through it and everything. I missed that.
That's just kind of been a universal thing lately. They don't care if you miss the pre-show or not.
Yeah, which is
That's
weird.
happened a lot with The Simpsons and stuff.
Knott's does like a lot of pre-shows for their mazes, but like they kind of force you to do that. But I guess Universal, they just have like so many people that they gotta just burn through it.
Probably.
Yeah, Universal doesn't care about setting things up anymore.
They
Like when I did the Fast and the Furious thing, they just skipped right through all of the explanation. They just skipped right to
just straight to the ride or die.
No, they just skipped right to the lady yelling at you for using your phone. I don't know. He doesn't even explain his Mona Lisa. He doesn't even hit on the girl in the third row anymore.
They took out all the fun parts.
Yeah. Number 5, I'm shocked this was so low on my list, but it's just because everything else was so much better. Ghostbusters. Now, Ghostbusters.
The puppets look
Yes,
cool.
Ghostbusters is what I was waiting for the entire night. I love Ghostbusters. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And
You sure it's not the new one?
okay, so this is now an inside joke with William. There was like a report that came out from people that got to do the maze early, and they were like, characters from the first movie, the second one, and the 2016 one appear. I told William, what if the final scare of the maze is Melissa McCarthy falling through the ceiling? She just starts yelling at you about like queefing or something. But yeah, very very well done maze. My only complaint is that there's a lot of black space. There's a lot of nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And that was kind of a problem for me. Cause like you're just kind of like 1 second you're at the hotel, then like there's nothing for a long while, and then like you're at another scene.
I noticed
Whereas Killer Clowns from Outer Space, it felt more
everything was
flowing well.
I noticed that House of a Thousand Corpses did that too.
Hey guys, I have the room for 12:30.
This room?
304, yeah.
Oh, it's 12:28 already.
Is it?
Oh yeah. Had to leave. Wait, we are recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we had to leave our little studio room because we booked it for only 30 minutes, and somehow 30 minutes already passed. But what was I talking about? I was talking about Ghostbusters.
What was your list?
Yeah, I was on Ghostbusters, wasn't I?
Yeah,
Or
you were on
was I finishing off on
Ghostbusters.
that? Yeah, so Ghostbusters, pretty good, just not as good as the other ones. I let my guard down when going in there, and I was surprisingly scared by like Slimer and stuff, which I never thought I'd say ever. Because like Slimer's
like
a pretty
goofier
goofy
ones.
fucking guy, yeah. But yeah, very cool maze. Number 6, Holidays in Hell. I feel like this is only low on my list because I might have walked in during a shift change. There was a lot of like actors missing. And I was just kind of confused. But yeah, overall the aesthetic is very good. The intro with like the post, like when you're outside in line and there's like a postcard and like the clock is counting down to midnight and you get the countdown and everything, 10, 9, and I'm like, I'm really into that sort of thing, and like they blow bubbles and like the clock goes fucking crazy and shit. And yeah, it's very cool maze. I didn't like it as much. Number 7 is Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why it's that low on my list. It's very well done, very cool maze. Maybe it's because... Nah, I honestly don't have a reason. It's just pretty low, but I don't know why.
Just didn't get you as much?
Yeah, I guess. Number 8. Oh, wait, no, now I remember. It's because there's a room where there's like ice and stuff, but when I walked in, I was fucking sweating. So like, I felt very disconnected from the maze because I'm like, aren't I supposed to be cold right now? I don't know. Number 8. I feel like the actors complained and like, it's too cold. And they kind of just raised the temperature. I don't know.
It breaks the immersion.
Yeah,
though.
it does. It really took me out of it. Also, the facade has like a moon effect where like it looks like the moon is up and it's full. but like the moon at its position when I was there was right next to it, so it was really weird looking. I don't know. Number 8.
It's a Red Bull can
Yeah,
just gliding.
It's just interrupting the podcast. Oh my
It's
God,
coming towards us.
It's kind of cameo. Holy shit. Okay, so number 8 was House of a Thousand Corpses. It was only so low because it's the first maze I did and everything else kind of trumped it. But yeah, it was really good. Very fun maze. I did it the day before Sid Haig died, the actual actor for Captain Spaulding.
Yeah.
So like I was just like, man, what a cool guy. I wish I could meet Sid Haig in real life. And I guess
you get to meet guys in mass at least.
I guess God said no. Number 9, Stranger Things, of course. I've had my fair share of experiences with Stranger Things fans. I do not like them in any way whatsoever.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. I just did not like this maze. There was it was the same problem I had with Ghostbusters, except like sort of twisted. It was highly detailed, but it was highly detailed nothing. Where it was like detailed tunnels for like most of the maze and like just vines touching you, but the vines were pretty detailed.
The most I can say is from what I saw, they at least used Demogorgons this year.
Yes, the demo dogs are very cool. The Mind Flayer thing punched me, which I kind of got upset about. Like I was just talking with my girlfriend because we were stuck there. Because there was a guy in a wheelchair in front of us, I guess.
This fucking can.
Yeah, this can, man. And then, yeah, and like the Mind Flayer kind of punched me to scare me. I don't know. And then,
That's funny.
yeah, after that we were interviewed about the maze by like somebody that was like taking pictures of everything. And you know, I gave my opinion and everything and stuff. But yeah. Number 10, Walking Dead. William probably knows why this is so low on the list. It's always there.
It's always there.
Somehow when I went, there was less scare actors than where there usually are. So yeah, very.
Which is
sucky.
funny because it seems like they've already given up on maintaining.
I remember when they first opened it, they made a big deal about how we're gonna be updating it with the seasons. You know, it's gonna be a very flexible experience.
Did I ever tell you my experience with it?
What?
This was back when we had the annual passes, so we would go often.
Mm-hmm.
By complete accident, we went on opening day, and the longest the line got was half an hour.
Shit, bro.
So I got to go like
yeah.
3 times.
Stupid can,
Okay,
man. That stupid fucking can.
It's recording at least.
Okay, so
It's weird that it did that though.
yeah, but overall, Halloween Horror Nights, very fun event. I got to go on Jurassic World 3 times. One of the last one, it was like 1 a.m. and I got fucking completely soaked because I was in the second row. And yeah, and very fun, very fun
What's up
time.
with this can?
The Mummy, I went on it 3 times as well. Transformers, the ride I got to do.
Where are the Mummies? The ride they've maintained the most.
Yeah. Remember when they used to have
Compared
that
to
tiny
everything
monitor?
else.
That tiny monitor at the end of the ride, and the Mummy was like, "No."
What? Did they stop using that?
There's no tiny monitor anymore. Now it's a projection, but it's still the VHS. So the VHS is being projected in all its grainy glory to the fucking wall. So you can see like the fucking like the black dots that come out on the VHS and everything, and the Mummy's like, no. Good stuff. But yeah, I got to go on Transformers the ride all by myself, just me and her. Yeah, that was very fun.
All by yourself like a big boy.
Yeah, it was like nobody was on the fucking ride.
Oh.
I don't even think anybody was working the ride. I think I just walked in.
You just walked in and it just started.
Yeah, but very fun time. Oh, Harry Potter, always fun to do.
Always.
She's never been on it, so I was excited to show her
It's
that.
always a great ride.
Yeah, the Fast and the Furious thing broke down on us, and I was very upset because I wanted her reaction of
It's
it.
a shame.
Because that ride fucking
It's always
blows.
glorious, just
Yeah.
hyping up how bad it is.
Yes, and she didn't even get to see it, which depressed me. But she was obviously happy about it because the entire time I was just like, "No, you don't understand. It's fucking awful."
You don't understand.
But yeah, so believe it or not, even though by the time I went, John Murdy, creator of Horror Nights, was already working on next year's event, and he's already done with the complete outline of the first maze. And now we can just discuss what we hope like just like pie in the sky ideas and what's being heard through the grapevine right now, and just discuss what's going on, and to see if maybe by next year we would have had a decent, prediction here. I don't know, maybe. All right, so we'll start with William. As sort of like, well, what's the number one thing you want next year? Like just pie in the sky, like not. It doesn't even have to be realistic.
Scary stories to tell in the dark. Maybe.
Scary stories to tell in the dark would be fucking dope. But the big rumor this year is that we're getting another child's book series anthology, one that also has a movie. Two movies. My apologies. And that's Goosebumps. And I already know exactly where I want this maze to be.
Where?
And I want it where the where Creepshow was this year.
Where's that at?
It is behind like this weird like facade building, and it's basically an employee parking lot. But it's like a pretty large tent, and it's always good for like anthology sort of like series where like you get these like
something about anthology.
Okay, yeah. So anthology mazes usually go in that area. Last year they had Horrors of Blumhouse. This year they had Creepshow. Next year, I want that goddamn. I want it. It'd be perfect if they use like the movie designs, but have it set up like you go into like their individual stories, sort of like the show or everything. But the one thing I want from the show is the music, the fucking. Bam, 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 bam. And you had this idea earlier
of the
off
floating
record.
G.
The G being projected on the fucking facade and everything just floating around through a line. They gotta have the part.
The mannequin of R.L.
Stein just standing there with the suitcase open. Like The Exorcist, they had that a couple years back.
And Krampus. Where he was on the ceiling.
Yeah, that shit. And they had They've been getting more like interactive stuff outside of mazes like this year. Like this year they had the redneck from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and he comes out and he gets electrocuted. They had Louis Tully and like the dead taxi driver in front of Ghostbusters. They had what else did they got? Yeah, but just the facades are becoming more elaborate and more interactive, I guess you could say. And I feel like Goosebumps would be a pretty cool maze to have. What books would you select? I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
The fuck are we, actual YouTubers?
Let us know in the comments what books you wanted to see in the Goosebumps. No, I'd want Fever Swamp obviously, but they've done Werewolf so many times. I don't know. I feel like you can do. What are some of the most iconic ones? You gotta have Slappy in there.
Yeah, Slappy, the Haunted Mask.
You could have the Haunted Mask. Yeah, definitely. You could
I think the Mud Monsters from. You Can't Scare Me.
Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns? That'd be fucking dope.
That's a good one.
That'd be fucking dope. Yeah. But I just want like some stupid shit. Like the Reality Police.
Truth is stranger than fiction. That's reality. Nothing so strange as fiction. That's reality. Agents on the job. That's reality. Life is on the road. That's reality. The only real truth is that.
My favorite is
Would they do Horrorland? You think? No, they can't.
At least the horrors themselves.
And they could have them be like your tour guide or whatever.
Yeah,
like just have them like be like in between the stories, kind of like the Creep.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have R.L. Stein technically. Like you could have like Jack Black jump out from a fucking.
Oh god.
Ah! Okay. What other reasons? That's the main rumor right now. There is another one that like Beetlejuice might come.
That'd be cool.
If Beetlejuice comes, I want it to be in the like
just
in
the giant puppet of the snake
Yes,
Beetlejuice.
I want it in the entrance, in the Universal Plaza area. I want it there because I also want a Tim Burton scare zone attached to it.
Yeah.
Where it's just a bunch of wacky, stupid shit. Like just running at you, trying to get you.
Well, he's barely done like genuine horror movies. The most I could think of was like Sleepy Hollow.
I know, but imagine being chased by Edward Scissorhands for some reason. You don't even need to explain it. He's just running after you. That'd be dope.
That would be scary. He's got blades.
The Dumbo. Look at the sign, Dumbo. And they have like Johnny Depp from Dark Shadows.
Fuck, I forgot about Dark Shadows.
He's just trying to rape you.
Oh god. The Golden Arches.
We got Michael Keaton from The Founder for some reason there. The Golden Arches.
It's like of the only things I remember from that movie.
Fuck, man, it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool to have Beetlejuice. Another rumor going around, because they sent out surveys of like what people would be interested in, and on the surveys they mentioned Five Nights at Freddy's, Goosebumps, Arkham, which is a weird one to put in there. Five Nights at Freddy's was weird already, but Arkham, okay. I would die for a Batman maze, but okay.
Yeah.
Another one that was in there was American Werewolf in London.
I want to
again.
see a realistic Killer Croc, and
Yeah,
not like
me
the
too.
Suicide Squad one.
And then they had Scream, and they had American.
Have they
Werewolf
not
in
done a
London.
Scream one before?
They haven't. They were
Oh.
going to, but something about the rights. They also had It and The Conjuring. The Conjuring would be dope. It, I'm pretty
Have they
sure
not done
I would
Conjuring?
not be. They did almost, but they lost the
Almost?
rights last second, just like Scream. Remember Titans of Terror back in 2017?
Yeah.
The house, the facade, was just the house from The Conjuring.
Oh.
They were already done building the house, but then they just like, oh, let's throw Leatherface and everybody in there, and then because we don't have The Conjuring anymore. So yeah.
Just do the bullshit Warner Brothers did, just the Conjuring
Yeah.
universe.
From what I understand, that's what happened with The Purge last year too. Like the facade was like a gas station, I think, but it was supposed to be Halloween 2018, I think, or something like that happened. I don't know, something weird.
Like they just at the last second.
Yeah, because I don't
They
associate
shifted
the
to something else.
Yeah, I don't associate The Purge with gas stations. I associate Halloween with gas stations.
Especially after seeing the first Purge.
Yeah, and what's weird is that there were two facades that year that were gas stations. They had Halloween 4 and The Purge. I don't know. It was just weird to me. And then, well, I don't know. What do you want to see next year? What's your top hope, other than Goosebumps? And
I
Scary
want
Stories?
them to do another one of John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes.
Because there was, apparently I found out a while ago, they did just like a maze, so it's just like a mashup of old movies, and that was one of them.
Yes.
And the only other one we got was the 2011 one.
Yes, I agree.
Which
I
is,
All right. So here's another prediction I have. I feel like we're gonna get another Universal Monster Maze, but I
I mean,
think
it's
this year it's gonna involve the creature of the Black Lagoon somehow. I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it. Maybe Creature versus the Black Lagoon versus the Invisible Man. I don't know. Something dumb. I don't think they could do the Mummy because the Mummy is.
They should attempt to do the Invisible Man.
They did do it at
Did they?
at the maze they had with all of them.
Oh,
The Invisible Man was
House
there,
of Horrors?
and it was very cool. No, not the House of
Oh.
Horrors. The Universal Monster Maze from last year. It was a very cool effect. But yeah, I want a Men in Black maze. I'm probably the only person in the universe that does.
I'm sure there's someone.
No, I want a Men in Black maze.
It's
I
just
want. Yeah, I mean, they pretty much knocked out everything I've ever wanted. Like last year, they did Poltergeist. They did fucking Ghostbusters this year.
Poltergeist one was good.
Yeah, they did Killer Clowns already.
They should not do psychological horrors.
They did Us.
Not like The
I mean,
Shining and
yeah.
Exorcist.
The Shining was pretty.
It was
whack.
a good concept, but they didn't do it well because it was just you going through the movie.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't capture the true horror of those films.
Yeah. Hey, but
True
hey, at least they
horrors-
played Midnight on the Stars at You. At least they played the song. That's more than that. What could be said for Ghostbusters? They like trimmed down the song
The
for some
Shining
reason.
had the guy in the dog mask giving a blowjob as a scare for some reason.
I think it's a bear.
Is it a bear?
I think so. The scare should have been him jumping on, yelling, "Suck my dick." No, Universal. I'm sure that was in the idea phase at some point. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What else could they do? People want Hellraiser. I'm in what is it? I don't know. I'm in
People
partial to
don't
it.
want Hellraiser, they want Pinhead.
They want Pinhead specifically.
Because if you actually watch Hellraiser, he's barely in it.
Yeah.
It's mostly just that guy coming back to life.
Yeah. I'd be down if they tried Resident Evil again. I'd be down with that. But I
Do
feel
Silent Hills.
Yeah, I feel like the event is past that.
Yeah.
Like just bringing in random shit. Like it has to be
Sadly.
it has to be synonymous with Halloween and horror.
It has
and
to be a
nights.
film,
Yeah.
or we have to make it.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm glad that they're doing this. They're on a really good track record right now. I
mean, it seems like they're considering doing other stuff again
Yeah.
since Five Nights at Freddy's is an option.
I just don't want to see Stranger Things next year again.
They're gonna do it.
They are, but I just don't want to see it next year. I'm kind of done with it.
Next year, I don't think so, because it would just be season 3, and they already
Did season 3, which was for like a minute. But yeah, very cool year. If there was something that I'd complain about, it's probably the line for drinks. I had to wait in line for water a while, only for them to tell me that they didn't accept card. So I was just I don't know. I feel like that was a waste of time.
It's weird. Some places accept cards, some don't.
Yeah, some stands.
Back in the day, if you had an annual pass, they'd give you a discount. Now they don't.
Yeah, and they kept asking me if I had an annual pass so they could give me a discount this year. But last year they never asked me that, so I was very confused. I don't know. Also, they made me park in the wrong place, I thought, but it was actually just because I was there ridiculously early. I was there at like 12 at noon, waiting for Horror Nights. But yeah.
What an early bird.
Oh yeah, I am an early bird. But I had the time of my life, man. It was very fun. Next year, I hope they do it all again. Just knock my fucking pants down again.
Not literally.
Well,
you don't want the blowjob bear to come after you.
In that case, I do mean literally. I mean, in this year, I meant literally because I did get my pants blown off. That was a joke.
Excuse me?
You can leave that joke out of the podcast.
It's staying.
But yeah.
I'm gonna be too lazy to edit it out.
Very good year. I don't know how many times I can say it. Astronomical work, Horror Nights crew.
Yeah, this year seems to like they
knocked it out of the fucking park, man. They really did. I said this last year. I was like, I don't know how they could top this year. But this year, I really mean it. I have no fucking idea what they're gonna do.
Killer Clowns 2.
That'd be crazy. That would be really interesting if they just like, we can't make a movie, so let's just make an unofficial sequel with the maze, and they just do it again.
Yeah, that's what would be interesting if they did one for Silent Hills.
Yeah.
We'll never get the game, so might as well.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if they ever run out of movies to do. I don't know. I feel like they've done everything. Are they gonna have to start bringing things back?
They do a lot of classics and stuff.
Ooh, one thing I want from an original maze, I want them to bring all of like the Mexican renditions of monsters they did, and like just bring them into one maze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like El Cucuy, La Llorona, do all of them. Chupacabras, bring them in. Just reuse the demo dogs. There's your Chupacabra.
They're just gonna
right
start doing cryptids one year.
Yeah, do Bigfoot and shit. I don't care.
Slender.
Yeah, Orlando has that Yeti maze. Oh, Slenderman was also in the fucking list of properties that people are familiar with.
As long as it's not the Sony movie.
As long as there's no Sony.
Yeah, because the actual...
Yeah. So yeah, very exciting time, Halloween. I was excited for Halloween. Now I'm not that excited, to be honest with you.
Why?
Because I'm sad and girlfriendless now. But yeah.
If you're free, we can honestly hang out that day then. Because
I mean, I'm just gonna take.
doubt do anything Halloween.
I'm honestly just taking my kids out. My brother and sister out trick or treating. That should be fun, I guess. I already got my costume. I'm just reusing the work uniform they gave me for Scoops Ahoy. That when I worked at a Scoops Ahoy. Yeah. Hopefully that works out for me.
Bring them over. I know just the house where I live, like 3 blocks away. There's this guy very infamously known in our area.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. For always having a real chainsaw and chasing people down the block. I took some out there one year and he freaked out. We had to run past the block because he just heard it.
Yeah,
like he heard the fucking chainsaw.
I mean, they're
and it's almost guaranteed every year.
Oh, one thing I will know about Horror Nights is that they're doing some weird modern stuff too. Like at the Japanese scare zone or whatever, they had a Momo scare actor.
Did they?
Yes.
That's really
and she was doing like backflips and stuff, and like she was like contorting herself. It was pretty crazy. Like there's
I
like
made it
this.
sounds unsettling.
Yeah, there's this one really cool Google image where like her head is touching her foot. And yeah.
Actually, I gotta look that up. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I thought it was weird because like opening day she wasn't there, and then like on week 2, like she suddenly just showed up, and it was like, okay, I guess we got Momo now. I'm not gonna complain. But yeah,
Can we get the Ayuoki?
Can we get a Jeff the Killer? Can we get the nostalgia critic with realistic eyes and the bleeding Sonic EXE? Can we get Sonic EXE in there?
Just get Just get the shitty creepypastas in
Can
here.
we get Lavender Town playing when you enter the park?
No, but do you know what Ayuoki is?
No.
It is a Mexican, I believe, urban legend, very recent, about a demon that looks exactly like Michael Jackson.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ayuoki is just a bastardization of the line, "Are you okay, Annie?"
Oh, and then fuck, I was about to say something. Shit.
Creepypastas.
Scare zones. Oh, in 2021 they opened Nintendo Land, right?
Yeah.
So I had this crazy
At
idea.
the very least in Japan, I
had
think
this-
it's going to take
yes,
longer.
I had this crazy idea that if they open Nintendo Land in time for Horror Nights, they could have like a little Luigi's Mansion maze in there.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be fucking dope, man. That'd be crazy. That'd be awesome. I would kill for that.
Yeah, because Nintendo doesn't have any other horrors.
They got
'Cause
horrors.
Eternal Darkness just kind
Oh,
of
Metroid.
stuck. Yeah, Metroid.
Metroid would be cool.
I want to see a giant ass Queen Metroid.
Ridley, baby.
Nightmare.
Give me the giant Ridley. He's too big for the maze. It's just gonna be his head, like Clownzilla.
Oh, God.
But yeah,
They
very
did
good
JoJo Injustice over here,
year.
but he got a full-on body in Orlando.
Jotaro. Jonathan Joestar. Yeah.
Not
So,
that
yeah.
JoJo.
Thanks for having me on, William. I think
course.
that wraps everything up.
Yeah, it should be about it.
Yeah. I hope to be on the podcast again soon.
Oh, definitely.
And
I'll just be better prepared next time.
yeah. And
Any final thoughts?
keep a cool head out there during these spooky times, man. Fucking things are pretty scary. I don't know.
School shooters out there and people watching Joker.
Yes. I decided not to watch Joker because I realized that I read a summary online and I was like, oh, this sounds a lot like what's going on to me right now. I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah, so I just kind of avoided it.
Can we acknowledge that the media's treating Joker like it's Clockwork Orange?
Yes, I feel like there is an overreaction. However, I do think it's somewhat warranted.
It's like, what did they expect?
Yeah.
He's a villain for a reason.
Yes, I agree with that. But from watching the trailers, I haven't seen the movie, but from watching the trailers, it does seem like it puts that sort of behavior up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. Like, I don't remember people threatening to shoot up Suicide Squad. I kind of wish they did. But, like,
Jeez.
like, not to be morbid or anything, but I kind of wish they did. But yeah. And then again, the Dark Knight Rises shooting, tragedy. But like, could you imagine like the last thing you see is like the CIA guy with his like legs open? We could insert an image into this
I will.
portion of it. Because I feel like out of context, people won't know what I'm talking about. But like the CIA guy, man, that's a fucking world class meme, world class chocolate meme, bro. Very good.
All right, that should probably be about it.
All right, yeah. Thanks for having me.
I have to head home soon.
Yeah.